last night's update was just gonna be so that's all I really have.
Hey, it's been a minute. At this point, when will these ever go out? I don't know. Quick update. Monday, I flew to North Carolina to pick up my brother and stayed home there with family, so it was really nice to quickly see family, eat some of my mom's food. And then Tuesday morning, we woke up early and we came to New York, so he's never done a plane solo. So I was like, I want to come with you. And he led us through the whole thing, so just kind of getting him comfortable with the process. So when we leave, he'll be in charge of all the way from getting us to the airport through public transportation to getting us to the gate and out of the plane. But he's here for the next 2 weeks, which is so exciting. We had a really good day yesterday. We hung out with my boyfriend and gave him a little makeover. So we did some successful shopping and found some clothes and style that he really likes, that he feels confident in. And he was so excited this morning waking up and putting on the fit, which is really sweet. So we did a couple of activities yesterday, and then today I was locked in on work. Even yesterday too, I was locked in. I stayed up till 1 actually. Writing out rates for a retainer client pitch, and then prepping Studio Roots, which is now be naming in a different name, for someone that I'm bringing on as an assistant producer for a proof of concept that I want to have done by July. So I had to stay up and prep that. And then I think I also delivered images to a client. Yeah, I did that too, I think. So today, work-wise, in the morning, went straight to it. Had my pitch, it went really well. They just want to see several more affordable tier pricings. So I'm literally about to start calculating that right now and send a follow-up email. And then I had my meeting with the project assistant producer, and I think she's kind of signed on. It sounded like she wanted to do it, so I'm excited about that, to have some help on that. And I'm just gonna shell out money and make that one work. I just think that proof of concept is gonna be important, and she called us out because she's helping me with creative strategy consultant essentially for just 2 sessions. But she was like, you should have a proof of concept and just get that done and out of the way. So I set a deadline for mid-July, and I'm excited to get into that, but it's gonna just be out of my pocket, and that's okay. Can talk more about that when that time comes and I think more about it. And then we went to a cafe, midday break to a cafe, actually, for me to have an in-person meeting for my part-time job with a brand rep that we stock at the store. And so we were discussing little activation ideas, and then came back and we wandered around Harlem on the way. Oh, we also did grocery shopping yesterday together. That's also what we did. And then we did, came back, locked in. I had a meeting, and then we went out to the Africa Center to go to a World Cup salon, which was really good. There were some really interesting panels. And then afterwards we were just wandering around Harlem and looking at the Knicks games, different viewings that were happening inside stores, outside, on the street. Then had Harlem Shake, and walked our way back home. And so now we're taking a shower. Tomorrow is going to be more of a freer day. I have some meetings in the morning, probably wake up early to get some work done, and then we're spending the whole day going to visit museums. Then we're gonna go to a memorial service for a friend's family member, and then we're kind of done for the day tomorrow. So that's the plan for tomorrow. So we'll do more actual exploring. I've been mainly fitting in work, so he's just been chilling, which he doesn't mind. But it's been great. He's really liked it so far, and he's just grown so confident. And I really appreciated his time with my boyfriend yesterday. And also today we ran into a friend, and they were just having a great, fun conversation about manga that they were excited about. And yeah, it's been good. So I'm excited for him to get more experience, and I see him gaining some confidence, and we're also just bonding. This is the most time we've ever spent together alone, ever. Actually, ever. So we're kind of also just getting to know each other. He's, in his late teens, and I'm in my late 20s, and so it's really nice for us to get to know and explore who we are, right? And also, this is the part of growing up as siblings I've been excited about, because I've really been a third parent, and still kind of am, and probably will always be, to my siblings. And I'm excited, and I've been excited in my head where I'm like, I can't wait till we're all adults and can like redevelop new relationships with each other. In the same way too, I've had that excitement with my mom. Like, I think once I graduated, like our relationship shifted a lot, and like it was more like, okay, you're an adult, like, and so like we have a completely different relationship than when I was younger, and it's a joy. I love it. I love my mom and I's relationship a lot. So it's really nice to have this time with my brother, because there's no other time that I would have this much time with him. And again, it's our first time ever, so it's really fun to like discover who he is, and for him to discover who I am, to get such a significant peek into my life here, because my family, you know, back home will never really see the full capacity of who I am, because a lot of it exists here. So I'm all excited for that, and I'm already plotting like how to bring the younger one, maybe, because he's still wrapping up school, but maybe bring him for like a week later in the summer so he also gets an experience, or maybe bring him and my mom up or something, because I also want my mom to experience this. But yeah, so I'm just waiting for him to get out of the shower. I'm gonna send some follow-up emails from meetings earlier today, and then like I have already to-do list kind of for the AM for what I would like to get done before we have our day of adventure for the whole day. So that's what's happened the past few days. And I guess I'll just keep making these, and we'll see when I get to editing. I feel like I say that every video. I'm like, we'll see if y'all see it. It's at this point, I think I'm like a month behind. And also, Artist Way has been fully on pause for like 2-3 weeks, so I need to get back into that actually. The good thing is, like, because he's here, it's forcing me to get work done in the morning, because we're gonna spend time, like chunks of time away from laptops and stuff, and I want to be present for that. So it's been forcing me to wake up earlier so I can like log in, and then I've been getting to a nice little groove. So I'm actually hoping that by the time he leaves, I'll be on like this good groove of like waking up early. But anyway, let me lock in, send these follow-up emails out, close out for the day, and then I'm excited for tomorrow. So if I remember, I'll do a little update. But yeah, it's been exciting.
Hey, it's been a minute. It's Sunday night. Last video I had to go back and check was Wednesday, and I had to check what I even did the past few days. Okay, no comments on the twist. Alright, I just did a quick. They look terrible, but I just needed them up. I think I need to get like them braided or something. But now with the heat, it's drying out. Anyway, that's not the point. So the past few days have been a lot. I feel like I've lived 20 lives. Let's see. Thursday was its own day. Really just did us a lot of work. Friday, I had my second session with the creative strategist person that I hired, and she's fantastic. I was like, girl, you need to get your information in order so I can start promoting you, because what you were able to do was incredible. I don't even know how to describe what she did, but she made everything that I do, that I want to do, that I've done in my universe of my creative and personal life cohesive and make sense and organized and structured and incredible. Incredible work. Just incredible work. I am so impressed. So we only had 2 sessions, but I would love to work with her again in the future. She's actually helping me on as well as an assistant producer of sorts for proof of concept for Studio Roots that we're going to be renaming. But so I'll be working with her, but like in the capacity of like the creative strategist. It's like once I get more money and like build out other systems in my life, I will be hiring her again. And then the other person who reached out to help me about admin and workflow, we have, I believe, I have to reread the email, but she's helping me out on a weekly basis to like do an audit of all of my stuff and like fit in all the admin and structure stuff. So it's actually great, because after I left the call with the strategist, I was like, okay, now I have to sit down and like organize all these things and think through this, because I want to make it my own as well. And then now with having this person helping me with like strategic or with admin and processes and workflows and making my time more efficient, it fits perfectly. Like we got the overarching visual vision stuff done. Now I'm having someone with the implementation. So it worked together really well. I wish I could describe it better,
But now what I want to do next is, so my brother's here for another week and a half. And then I'm going to trip New Orleans in the later half of July. So I'm thinking after I come back from North Carolina from dropping him off, I'm going to take myself upstate maybe for a few days, at least 3-4 days, to just like lock in and like think through things myself. That was advice that a founder friend who's been in the game for about 5 years in another industry recommended, to just like, you can have as many people telling you what to do or whatever, but at the end of the day, it's your business, so you have to be the one to like make sure you have your goals and your decisions made for yourself. So I just need to have like a quiet time away from the city, but not in North Carolina, because that's not really quiet time. And so I think I'm gonna go upstate, or like maybe out of state. So I've been like loosely looking for like a black owned little inn, or because we're not using Airbnb, boycott, but something like nice. Maybe even if I'm strategic about it, I could reach out and be like, hey, I would love to do photography content for you for like a discounted or free rate. But yeah, that made me really excited. So we finished that, and then I also did a freelancers union legal clinic, which was really helpful. Just kind of got clarity on some stuff, mainly in the hypothetical and abstract, because I didn't have like a contract ready for them to review as I wanted to, but it was still a very valuable conversation. I'm trying to think. This was all like Friday. This was all Friday. I feel like that was it in terms of like work stuff. And then yesterday, oh my gosh, yesterday was a whirlwind. So we started the day going to Photodom, because that's who we're partnering with for our film photography intro. I was wondering when that storm was coming. I just heard thunder. So we went to refilm the intro part of our announcement video at Photodom, and got to meet Dom, who I've met like in passing at another event like 3 years ago, but he was like, oh my gosh, I recognize you from Instagram. I was like, oh, that's so cool. But a lot of great conversation there, and I think we're gonna partner with them for a bunch of other stuff, and for like my personal stuff, and for work with Outlandish. So it was a really, really great conversation. Then left there and took my brother to the Brooklyn Library, Central Library. So like, all of these transfers I'm telling you about took like about an hour. But we went there, we had some food outside of the library, and then we went inside, and for an hour he wandered around and looked for some graphic novels. Oh, I love the sound of rain. Oh, hopefully that breaks the humidity. It's been so humid. While I sent out like a see you tomorrow email for the 250 plus RSVPs we had for our photo picnic. And then my boyfriend and his best friend stopped by at the library, which was so lovely. And then we left to walk to Outlandish, so not too far from there. And I knocked out so much content, like for TikTok, on top of doing like film product photos. So knocked out a good amount of stuff. And then I didn't think we'd make it to a barbecue that a friend was doing, but we went. I think we just ended up getting a car, like, in order to make it. But we went there, and it was lovely, and so that was a lot of fun to see some friends. And then we were there for about 40 minutes before it ended, and then we we picked up some chopped cheese. Oh, that was the best chopped cheese I've had in a long time. Maybe, honestly, best chopped cheese I've had ever. My brother and I were waiting for the bus that never came, and then we called a car. My boyfriend was like, just call a car, I'll cover it for you. Because we were going to a block party, like to meet him at a block party, and of course, naturally, right when the car pulls up, the bus pulled up. But we met him at the block party. So my brother got to experience a lot, basically, in the day, and then we ended up going to friends to watch the game, because it was game 5 of the Knicks and the Spurs. Halftime, I was like, we're gonna make our way back to Harlem before things get chaotic. And I'm glad we did that. We made it back and stopped by at a bar on our way back up, and watched the rest of it. We watched the Knicks win. So that was lovely. So basically in a day, my brother was banger after. We were out for it was like a 12-hour day, back to back to back to back. Surprisingly, I wasn't tired. Usually I am. But I think because we've been outside and moving so much, my stamina has gone back up. So that was lovely. And then today was photo picnic day. So we went to the photo picnic. It was so great. Maybe like, I'm bad at numbers, maybe like 70 or 80 people showed up the entirety of the day, which was really great. It was so wholesome, lovely, such a good time. And then, yeah, I came back. And I just, like, took a break. Like, I just doom scrolled for a little bit. Like, rotted. Not even doom scrolled. I just rotted for about an hour because I deserved it. Then I did wash day. Booked a flight with my boyfriend. And then I was working. But I just didn't. Like, I was like, I'm going to take a shower and do all this. And it all took no longer than I usually think it does. So that was the past few days. Yeah, I've just been taking my brother with me everywhere. Everyone's been so lovely. Like, all my friends, they are so sweet. Just good humans. So they've all been talking to him and hanging out with him. And, you know, learning a lot about each other. We both are. This is the longest we've ever spent together. By ourselves, ever. In our entire lives. So, that's been fun. I think we had our first sibling squabble today. You know, I learned that he doesn't like picnics. So that was good information to know. But that's been great. So tomorrow, I think we're gonna stay inside. It's also like raining, I think, a lot. We're gonna stay inside because I need to lock in for Outlandish and just do a lot of stuff. And then also would like to deliver one client's photos and some friends' photos. But yeah, trying to lock in a little bit tomorrow. So I don't know if we'll wander. I think we'll just stick to Harlem tomorrow. And then maybe do some adventures. We still have so much time. So I'm trying to keep a good balance. But yeah, so that's the past few days. I think at this point I'm now like 5 weeks behind for posting on Overexposed. But with my timeline, with everything, by end of July, beginning of August, I'll have new structures and systems in place, new workflows in place, and proof of concept for Studio Roots. Like, it's going to be a different level. So I'm really excited. And I'm also just trying to really work on being present because there's so much happening in my life. And I think I finally figured out like a good cadence. I don't feel overwhelmed anymore unless I've just adjusted and now this is my new normal and I've gotten used to it. But things feel better. If anything, if my brother wasn't here, I think I'd be even more on it and like on time. But because don't have as much time as I was, I still feel okay. The biggest thing now is just like trying to be present. So my boyfriend called me, he's like, oh, how would that feel? Like, you know, having a photo picnic because he was there. Like, honestly, I haven't processed it because immediately when I left it, I'm already thinking of like, okay, I have to send this email and we gotta do this and I have to follow up with this person and okay, like there's a text from the part-time job. This is what I gotta think about now. Oh, I have the client's photos that I need to deliver. Oh wait, this person's texting me. Like, it's already like thinking about the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. So it's hard for me to like be like, wow, the photo picnic happened, you know? Because I've already moved on. Like, I've moved on while it's happening. So I'm trying to be better at being like in the moment and like really take the time to sit and be like, huh, I did that. We did that. So I think having some quiet time. The journaling, if I hadn't stopped Artist's Way, the morning pages would have been helpful. So I do want to resume that. I just, like, don't really have, like, a good routine right now. Anyway, that's what's up. So I'll do my best to continue to check in as I remember. And hopefully at some point share these.